Hey everybody, Joel here. So I'm going to cut a cold air return into this bedroom. I'm finishing off just one bedroom here in the basement, and I've got the cold air trunk line coming in right here, right on the back side of this wall. So I've seen this done several different ways. I've seen guys where they'll cut a 6-inch round into a, they'll just tin both sides and allow this stud cavity to be a cold air return, and then have a register down at the base. In fact, when one side is getting drywall, they'll just allow the drywall to encapsulate and make that cold air return in that stud cavity. I've seen that done. I'm probably going to leave it unfinished inside the furnace room here. That's where our furnace is. So what I would like to do is just cut out a round takeoff, come out with a 90 and go down to the flat. I've got room enough for a flat in this wall. It's a 6-inch oval. And the tricky part that I had is I thought I could take off with that's a 7-inch. The reason I had a 7-inch is it's a different reason. But anyways, I thought I could take off with a 6-inch. That was my 6-inch round right there, takeoff. And then come out with this piece, but I'll show you what happens with that. I've got, if I come out with my takeoff, and the duct will be about touching there, maybe just maybe a 1/2 inch off, but I'm sticking out past the face of the wall, and that's not acceptable. So I thought maybe I could trim down this, trim the collar down and make that work, but that's kind of hokey. So I decided to go with this, the oval, just get an oval takeoff and go in there, and you'll see that this works just fine. If I hold that up and start off with an oval takeoff, I'll be right inside the wall cavity for my oval piping. I've got some oval duct right here that just snaps together. Same as the round, except it's oval. So this is going to work great. So I ran back to Menards today. I got all my goodies right there. And they did not have an oval takeoff for my oval 90. So I started thinking about it, and I thought, you know what, maybe I can just make an oval out of a round if I just took my time and just kind of formed it around. That's why I got the 7-inch, because I thought I might need a little bit larger than 6 to make an oval, a 6-inch oval. Not true. I took the 6-inch oval and I just started forming it a little bit, and I know it's not a perfect oval, but it matches what I have on the 90. And whoops, I got it on backwards there. But it goes together and goes right in to my 90. So it's pretty tough to do with one hand. But I'm going to get this cut in, the takeoff cut in, get the tabs bent back, and I'll show you that when I get to that point. And then I'll show you how this oval 90 is going to fit right on that custom made. I may have to squinch it down just a tiny bit yet, but it is a really nice good fit, because this isn't an exact oval from the factory. It's kind of clamped out a little bit, which is fine, because I'll put my taping on there and it'll all be perfectly sealed up. So it's not a defective piece by any means. But I'm gonna get started by cutting in the oval takeoff, and then we'll be able to put the rest of the pieces together, and then we'll have a look-see. So I've got my oblong oval traced out, and I like to start with the step bit. It's much better. It usually slips around pretty good on the ductwork, but we'll see if I can drill it in with my left hand while I hold the camera. Then once I get that cut out, I've got a magnet that I'll grab all those chunks that I just left inside the ductwork, and make sure that's cleaned out inside there. Okay, I've got my oblong oval, not round, not oval, more oblong, but trust me, that 90 is gonna fit on there perfectly. 'Cause that's the exact shape that that 90 was, that it inserts into. I'll get that taped up so it's all nice and airtight and solid, and then I'll get the 90 put in and taped up. So I think that's gonna be just fine. Once that 90's on there, it'll be nice and flush with the front of the wall and be ready to go down to the return air vent. In there yet, but you can see that went on there just fine. Like I said, I'll get it taped around to get the air secured, and it is almost perfectly flush with where the wallboard will go. So I'll be happy with that. I'll get my piece cut to go down and get it fastened down into the, I don't have that nailed in yet, the return air register or box, but we'll get that put in and get the ductwork installed. And here we have it, finished up. I've got this tacked in, just used some soffit nails to hold my flanges, and got the seams nice and taped up with the good metal tape. So everything turned out just fine. It's pretty flush to the front of the studs across the front. Yeah, I like how it turned out. Good fit and finish, centered within the opening there. So I think we can call this good. I did check out about how high these should be mounted above the floor, and it's about 1 foot, and it should be on the opposite of the supply. So the supply is over here above the window. I cut that in the other day. I've got another video on that. It was a really tricky cut getting in over above the cold air return into the supply plenum. And then yeah, I just had to cut this return in to the room, and I think we should be good to go. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all on the next video.